power of pepper. If you're African, you're Nigerian, please take your yaji if you're going for Hajj because you're going to cry when they bring food that doesn't have spice, that doesn't have. The foods are nice. I'm not going to lie, but you need pepper. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my art series. This is one of the videos of my art series. I think I have about 3 or 4 more to go, and then it's a wrap for art series. So on today's episode of art series, I'm going to be talking about what I packed and what I used at Mina, ARAFAT, and Muzdalifah, and giving some tips because you need to be prepared for this journey, wallahi. And alhamdulillah, for those of us that was able to make it this year, alhamdulillah, and those that will be able to make it subsequently, may Allah make it easy for them, inshallah. And then so let's jump right into it. So before I begin, I'd like to show you this bag. So I got these bags are so comfortable. I got this right before I left Mina, and I'll tell you why this bag is so comfortable. So before I left Nigeria, I got a fanny bag. I think that's what they are called. It's not comfortable for women. So please, tip number one, don't get fanny bags. No. Get bags like this, or you get backpacks, small clothes backpacks. I think those will work perfectly for your entire art journey, basically. Another tip I would like to drop is comfortable shoes. So throughout this trip, I used my Crocs from the airport to the airport. That's from the beginning of the trip to the end of the trip. So mind you, I got a sandals before I left. I used it a couple of times, especially when I was going to Jamrat. I used it once because I had to go to Jamrat like 3 times. That's why you what they call that thing, pouting of stone or pelting of stones. If you know what that is, like stoning the shaitan. Yeah, I wore it once. And then another thing that's a lifesaver is spray bottles. I didn't take this, but somebody did. And a fan. I took a fan for my entire trip. This fan, it works magic because Saudi Arabia is hot. Very, very hot. I'm sure you think you live in Nigeria is hot, or you think you live in an African country, I think it's hot. Saudi Arabia is hot. And I'm glad I took this one. And then I took my glasses. My glasses has UV ray or something. So it helped me shield from the sun a lot. One other thing, for this entire trip, umbrella is your friend. This is an umbrella. I don't want to bring it up because putting it back. And make sure you don't get a black umbrella. Another tip, do not get a black umbrella. So another tip, your toiletry bags or any bag you take to the toilet to take your bath or something, make sure they have handles or have something that they can hang on or something, because those are lifesavers. And have all these disposable leather, sanitary leather bags. Just have something that can hang, that you can put your things, because the toilets. Okay, let me tell you my experience. As we got to Mina, the first day we got to Mina on a Monday, the toilets were super clean and everything, but after a couple of days, it became a mess. And we left Mina on Tuesday morning after Subway to go for Arafat. The toilets in Arafat were new. I think it was a new stuff. And I stayed in a D tent. I think that's what they classify them as. I went with Nigeria International. I didn't go with State. And I think I stayed in the D tent. It was new. Everything was new in Arafat. Like, I didn't know there were tents in Arafat. I thought Arafat was just a plane where everybody's just going to sit and pray. Apparently, there's a Mount Arafat, and then there's the place where these tents, basically. It looks similar to the city of the tents. That's Mina. Mina is aka city of the tents. Anytime I say city of the tents, no, I'm talking about Mina. So in my backpack, those are all the things I've showed you were in my backpack, and they were lifesavers. The only thing, see, ladies, if you're going for Hajj or Umrah or anything, whether you have done your period, whether you have not done your period, please, another important tip. Please, please, please go with your pad and disposable pants. It doesn't matter. Just go with them. One mistake I made for my Mina trip was I did not take my pad. I only took my disposable pants because I already menstruated. I already did my period. previously. TMI, I don't know if I already did my previously, and tell me why after the second Jamrat day, I got my period again. Because I assume they're called stress period or something like that. I assume that's what they're called. I had to beg for pad. Subhanallah. That's one thing I don't ever want to do again. From total strangers. So I went with a group. There were see a whole lot happened in Mina. I think it's going to be a story time and a story for. So what? So the backpack I used, I already gave it out. It's not here. So and some of the things I used, I already kept them. Is in laundry basically. That traveler that when I get back, I put everything away. That's the kind of traveler I am. So in the bag, I have hijabs like this, big white hijabs, because apparently for women you can wear anything as your ihram. You can even this can be your ihram. What I'm wearing can be your ihram. And I took sets of ihram. It has an hijab, a trouser, and a long short shirt, or what's that thing? I don't know what it is. And I took two power banks. One other tip, please take power banks. Let me get my power banks. Yeah, this is my power bank. This thing is fire. They are both 10. I don't know what 10 something. 10 I don't know. But I shall know that they are 10 something. These things are lifesavers. Please, please, and please take power banks, because both in Mina and Arafat, there are not enough charging ports. At least the tents I stayed, there are not enough charging ports. So I charged this from my hotel room in Mecca and took the two. For the entire 5 day trip, I did not use electricity to power my phone, to charge my phone. This is what I used. They are lifesavers. Please get yourself power banks. If you can get a big one that can charge for multiple hours, charge multiple devices, but this, so get yourself power banks. That's what I used. Another thing I took was, I already showed you my toiletry bags. I could hang it. So when I'm going, I put my clothes, everything, this thing, and it can take everything. And I have another extra nylon that I use to keep everything. What else did I take? I've showed you the umbrella, I've showed you the fan. Those were basically things I took. And I took my Crocs. They were life thing I took. What other things did I take? So my tips are simple. Comfortable shoes. Go with go with things that will make you feel comfortable, because the tents are not comfortable. I'm not going to lie to you. There's a foam that can change into a chair. I think that's the best way I can describe what the sleeping situation is. And then there's a blanket. In Mina, there was a foam kind of blanket. But in Arafat, there was a clothes blanket, or is it bedspread or something? That's one. And then take your power banks. That's important. You don't need to take snacks actually, because they share snacks almost every day. Like they bring snacks, they give food. Yes, they give food. They bring snacks, but please take your yaji. So when I posted my first video, was it on TikTok or somewhere, or maybe on YouTube? A lot of people told me to take yaji. I underestimated the power of yaji, or power of pepper. If you're African, you're Nigerian, please take your yaji if you're going for Hajj, because you're going to cry when they bring food that doesn't have spice, that doesn't have, the foods are nice, I'm not going to lie, but you need pepper to boost it. I'm a Yoruba girl, just so you know, to boost the power of the food. Don't mind me. And take, see, they're going to give you a lot of water. There's going to be water, there's going to be juice, so those are the things I took for my this thing. So from Mina to Arafat, Arafat is, it was magnificent. I'm not gonna lie, it was magnificent, and I'm glad I took the trip. So many people didn't didn't know that. So apparently, the place the tents are also there. That's where Arafat is. They have to take snacks, all those things. They'll give you plenty, but build your stamina before you go. Like you need both spiritual stamina, and physical strength. At least a month to when you go for Hajj, make sure you at least take 1 hour to 30 minutes walk every day, because you will need it. So there's a walk from Mina to, oh no, from Muzdalifah. You stay in Muzdalifah overnight when you leave Arafat, and then you walk from Mina to from Muzdalifah to Jamra to plot the stones. It was a crazy walk, and then that day there was a roadblock So I'm talking about my own experience now. Because the roadblock on that particular day, they blocked the entire road. Everybody got missing. Everybody got lost. Both our the people that took us, the people that they took it, they took her, everybody. So the way the Saudi control crowd is they have excellent crowd control. They don't care where you're going to. If they see that there's too much crowd and can cause a stampede, they divert. They divert the road. They divert people walking, people in car. They divert anything divertible. So make sure your phones are charged and you have Google Map, because Google Map is going to save you small. I'm not going to say it's going to save you a lot, because majority of the police, the people, the security guys, they don't know the place, because I feel like they don't live there, so they're not familiar with the environment. So they just direct you wherever they want to direct you. They can decide to cut a crowd from point A and you meet yourself in point F. See, on that Arafat day, we all got missing. Was it Arafat day or Eid day? The day we left Muzdalifah to go to Jamrat. Everybody in my team, everybody got lost. We couldn't find our way. We had to, and then in my group, there was a pregnant lady. There were like about 4 or 3 elderly women that we had to go, and my husband was the only man. So apparently we split up because everybody was like, I'm going to enter car, I'm going to do this now. We just split up. It was just a whole mess at the end of the day. But alhamdulillah, we ended up finding our way after a couple of hours, like 3 to 4 hours or 5 hours of even walking. It was mad. Subhanallah, may Allah help us. And may Allah make it easy for everybody looking to embark on this journey. I'm not saying all this to distract you or make you lose focus on, no. I just want you to be prepared. You have to be prepared. You just have to be prepared. And from Jamrat, so after we took everybody back to the tent, we had to go back to Jamrat. And from my tent 16 to Jamrat is a to and fro, a 4 hours walk. We didn't know there was a train. Apparently, I don't know. I didn't know there was a train until the third day. And then I fell ill on the third day. My husband had to help me throw the last stone. The walk is massive. So 3 days straight, the first stoning on the day we left Muzdalifah, on each day, it was the day you throw the first 7 stones. And then the next day you throw for the three. There are 3 points: the small jamrat, the middle jamrat, and then the big jamrat.